Hi there. Today, I want to introduce you to the weirdest fruit I've come across. It's called the medlar. And it was used in ancient times, medieval times, as a fruit to give vitamin C in the winter, and it was made into preserves. Hi, my name is Marilyn Zink. I'm the publisher of the Herbal Collective and certified nutrition coach and a herbalist. So, what's a medlar, you may ask? Well, look at this strange little fruit. So it grows in this kind of tree, smallish fruit tree. And as I said, it doesn't ripen until fall. And actually, you pick it a little bit early and then you let it sit around for 2 to 3 weeks in a process what's known as bledding. Bledding means that it gets ripe. It gets ripe so that it looks spoiled. Actually, it looks rotten. Now, I was first introduced to this strange little fruit in a community garden that I live close by, and the volunteer coordinator told me about it. So I was a little suspicious. I thought, wait, you don't eat this fruit till it's rotten, actually? Well, it doesn't, it's not rotten. It kind of looks rotten, but look at that. So when it's first picked off the tree, I went and picked this one today. And it's got a nice sort of golden color. But as it gets riper, I see this one's really hard. As it gets riper, it gets softer. And the softer it gets, the browner it gets. So the inside here becomes browner and the whole outside becomes browner. And it just starts to look like, well, it starts to look like it's rotten. And when it looks rotten and soft, that's the process, the time when you can start to eat it. And unfortunately, this little fruit has also been given a few unfortunate nicknames. It's been called monkey's butt. The French have called it cul de chien, which means dog's butt. But apart from the unfortunate nicknames, this fruit has a lot of value to it. It's got some acidity to it. It helps with digestion. And it can be made into a fruit butter or a jelly, and it can be eaten alongside rich meats and other rich foods. So you think about it, it's really the optimum fruit to have ripe at late November, because that's when there's less other fruits available that provide vitamin C. So it not only provides vitamin C, but it also provides a good amount of calcium and potassium. So I thought, well, I'm going to try and do something with these strange little medlar fruits. And I thought, well, I'm going to maybe try and make a butter. Now, we might be familiar with apple butter. So I thought I'd make a fruit butter with this. And so the trick to do it is, of course, you have to use a fruit that's well bledded. In other words, well rotted. You can't use it with one that's hard. It's got to be nice and soft. And so this one, it's just a little bit soft, but it's nowhere near ready to be used. And it's going to take a couple weeks. So fortunately, I already had some on my counter that had gotten well bledded, shall we say. And so I decided to prepare it. And so I took off the skin, and I took off all the skin and cooked that up with some water. And then once you've cooked it up with some water, and it's gotten soft, you still have to take out the pits. Now, let me show you what the pits look like. See, they're really like, yeah, obviously they're hard, but they're good-sized pits, so you're not going to miss them. And if you're cooking up a lot of fruit, you would cook it up, and then you would put it through a colander to get rid of the pits. Because I was only cooking up a couple of them, I just used the back of a spoon. I pressed really hard throughout the butter, and till I found the pits, and then I just got rid of the pits one by one. And then what you might want to do is, once you've done that, is, you're going to cook it a certain amount of water. And I just kind of guesstimated, because I was only using a cup of fruits, so I probably use about half a cup, or a cup of water, because it's going to cook down as it cooks. So then after I did that, I thought, I'm going to add some herbs. So I used some cinnamon, I used some clove. And then I thought, well, maybe add a little bit of raisins in there, just for the heck of it. So this is the resulting butter. You can see it's quite thick and dark brown. So I'm going to try a little bit of this. Looks interesting. bad. It has a little bit of a flavor like apricot. Now this one isn't, it could be a little bit sweeter. So I didn't use much brown sugar. I added brown sugar sweetener. I'm going to add maybe a bit more to it. But what I would do is also make sure that it's well blended. So if you're fortunate enough to be around a place where you can get this kind of fruit, look into it, because it's not something you're going to find on your grocery store shelves. I mean, it's not very attractive. What shall we say? And nobody wants to buy fruit that looks rotten, even though it's, that's when you should be eating it. So it might be a tree that you might consider growing in your yard or something. It's supposed to be quite a hardy tree. And believe it or not, the tree belongs to the rose family. So it's actually got nice flowers in the springtime. So it's got a couple purposes. So you can, grow it for the flowers, and then when the fruit starts to come in the late fall, then you can pick the fruit. Make sure you let it sit around 2 or 3 weeks until it's well blended or well, spoiled looking, very nice and soft. And then you can cook it up and make a nice butter or a nice jelly. So those are your options, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, I encourage you to subscribe and watch again, and click the links below for some more information on herbs and fruits and vegetables. Thank you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you.